Hi, welcome to Mapping with Peterborough County. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to our Let Me Map 2.0 WebGIS application. This application was created to replace our HTML5 viewer due to it being end of life. If I go ahead and click through the disclaimer, you can see that we're met with a map on the right-hand side of our screen and a sidebar on the left-hand side. You can click this arrow to minimize the sidebar at any time so that you can view the map in full screen. You can also resize it to your liking. In the top of the sidebar, we have a menu for Home, Map, Tools, and Search. These all contain different options for interacting with the map and the data within it. I can access the layers of the map either by going to this quick action on the Home section, or I can go to the Map menu and then select Layers. You'll see that a lot of our layers are grayed out right now, and this means that we are not at an appropriate scale to view them. If I hit the legend button, you can see that the only layer we're seeing right now on top of our base map is Peterborough County boundary. However, if I start to zoom in, either using the scroll wheel on my mouse or going over and hitting the plus button in the top left of the map, you can see that more layers become visible. The visibility of the layer can be further controlled by toggling the box beside its name on or off. You can pan on the map by holding left click and dragging around. This home button allows you to return to the initial extent, and these arrows allow you to toggle between previous and next extents. If you have location enabled on your browser, hitting the crosshairs will zoom to your current location. Right-clicking on your mouse and dragging the map will change the orientation. To reset back to north being up, you can hit this little north arrow here. There's also a button to view the layers on the top right of the map, so hitting this little button will open a pop-up where you can view the layer and the legend just as you can in the sidebar. As I zoom into the map, you can see that the legend dynamically updates as more layers become visible. You can also see that the layers are grouped into different categories, so we have transportation, cadastral, natural resource areas, etc. If I go over to my layer list in my sidebar, I can toggle down these groups to view exactly what's inside of them. Clicking on this icon will display the legend, and clicking on the three little dots here will give me some more options to work with my layer. Zooming to will zoom to the full extent of my layer. I can also increase or decrease transparency. Another option we have is to set a filter on our layer. So I'm going to go and find our wetlands layer down in natural resource areas. Once I hit on the set filter option, we get this little pop-up. If I opened up the legend for wetlands, I can see that it's symbolized by significance. So we have provincially, locally, and then non-evaluated. I have the option to choose from all of my fields in the data. I'm going to select evaluated significance, and I'm going to filter for wetlands that are provincially significant. So now that I have my statement made, I can go and toggle on that filter, and you'll see that anything that is not this dark bluish color or not provincially significant has disappeared from my map. Another way you can interact with the data is by making selections. So I've zoomed into this parcel here, and if I click on it, it'll highlight on the map and show me a pop-up. This shows me all the attributes associated with that parcel feature. We can see in the bottom right hand of the pop-up that it says 1 of 2. This means that when I made that click on the map, I actually selected 2 features. So I selected the parcel, but I also selected a wetland that goes through that parcel. If I select wetland in the list, it's going to show me the attributes for that instead. I can also toggle between the information for the features I selected by using the arrows in the bottom left-hand corner. The Change View button allows you to select from some pre-made map templates. So we have map templates made for each of the 8 townships to show their zoning, as well as one for the official plan. If I go ahead and click on Zoning Selwyn, it's going to pop me over to Selwyn on the map and turn on the zoning layers. So if I go back to the layer list, you can see that the zoning bylaw layer for Selwyn is now turned on. And if I change our view to Duro Dummer, look at the layer list again, you can see Selwyn has now been turned off and Duro Dummer has been turned on. So this is just a quick way to navigate through different map themes. In addition to working with the layers already in the map, you also have the option to add your own data. If you're signed into an ArcGIS Online account, you can add your own items. You can also add via URL, so if you have a web service from the province that you'd like to see, for example, and you can add via file. The supported formats are shapefile, CSV, KML, GeoJSON, and GPX. Finally, you can also use the search bar in the top right corner to search for addresses or roll numbers within the county. So you can search by an address by including the address number and the road name. It's going to bring you right to that address and open up the attribute information associated with it. And you can also put in a roll number, but make sure you don't put in any spaces or dashes. Again, it'll zoom you right over to that parcel and show you the associated information. The last thing I'd like to show you is the Report a Problem form, which you can access under the I Want to Quick Actions menu. Clicking on this button will open up a form where you can submit feedback. If you notice any data errors, any issues with functionality, or you have ideas for improvement, please let us know. That concludes the introduction to Let Me Map 2.0, but we still have more to explore in terms of bookmarking, printing, using the various tools and search options. Thanks for watching, and please join us in the next video to learn more.